Hi, I'm Russell Derzinski, and I did my research on personal space. Personal space is a concept that everyone understands but can mean different things to different people. Merriam-Webster defines personal space as the distance from another person at which one feels comfortable when talking to or being next to that other person. It is close to the way personal space is defined within psychology, which is the area of defended space around an individual that is psychologically theirs. Personal space can be influenced by many factors. Someone's personality can play a role in someone's idea of personal space. It is found that extroverts will allow themselves to get closer to people who they interact with when compared to introverts. When their personal space is intruded on, introverts often report feelings of self-consciousness, while extroverts report feelings of being irritated. Environment can impact personal space, and it is seen that people from warmer climates tend to have smaller interpersonal distance than those in colder climates. Personal space can also be related to the ideas of privacy and private space. Personal space is a variable when considering privacy, and a private space can also be viewed as personal space. So why is personal space important? Firstly, it allows people to be more comfortable. This in turn lets people be happy and there will be less issues within society. Having your personal space invaded can often lead to aggression and stress. Plus, nobody really likes having others too close to them. Secondly, there in the current major issue is the problem of the COVID-19 outbreak. Personal space is now more important than it ever has been within society. Social distancing is something that is urged to be practiced by medical practitioners, and in order to slow down the spread of the virus, people are practicing to stay 6 feet away from each other at least when they're around other people. This is much larger than the concept of personal space, and I think it's going to have a lasting effect on society's view of a person's personal space once this is all over. Newman's theory of defensible space is great for applying to personal space. This theory has four constructs: territoriality, surveillance, image, and milieu. The key concept of Newman's theory is territoriality. Territoriality states that there are three different types of territories that a person can have control over: primary, secondary, and tertiary territories. The primary territory is the one that a person has executive control over and is recognized by others. Personal space is recognized by everyone, and while it may not be a physical location, the idea of personal space can be applied to the immediate world surrounding a person. It has been found that the shape of one's personal space can be flexible and permeable. It being flexible means that it can change shape during any situation, and permeable meaning that it can be invaded and people can come into it without permission. There can be several factors that can change the shape, including intimacy, eye contact, and smiling. The next area I looked at is how technology can impact personal space. In a study done comparing data entry workers to office assistants within the same company, it was found that data entry workers tend to have larger interpersonal distances when socializing. It is also found that now social media can feel as though it is an extension of our personal space. Social media is great for being able to keep in touch with those you have been out of contact with, but it also comes at a cost. Facebook, for example, makes money by allowing companies to place ads on their platform. This in turn allows these companies to reach out and influence unsuspecting customers in their own space. These companies are able to reach out to those who would best fit their target demographic, therefore being able to selectively appeal to certain consumers. Seeing ads can be frustrating, and it can often feel like invading our personal space when we are just trying to see how old friends and family have been doing. The last area I looked at was how public space can also help us feel as though we have larger personal space. Green space is any area that allows someone to experience nature. Private green space is often achieved in personal areas such as gardens or balconies, where people can freely grow plants and organize them as they see fit. Public green spaces are often needed in higher density areas, and this can be achieved through communal gardens or neighborhood parks. Public and private green spaces serve separate functions, but both represent certain meanings, such as a place to care for living things, a place to have control, and a place to exert creativity. All of these ideas can be directly related back to Newman's theory by being part of territories that people care about. The private space can refer back to the primary territory, while public space could be a secondary or even a tertiary territory. To sum it all up, personal space is something that can be seen in many different ways and is viewed differently by many different people. Personal space is confirmed through Newman's theory of defensible space by falling into the core concept of his theory, territoriality. Personal space can change size depending on the setting, it can be influenced by technology, and it can exist in public place as long as there is green space. And it is important to remember to always allow people to have their space. Thank you. That's all I have. These are my sources.